Guy Code with
Rena Osware.
Welcome to another episode of the Guy Code. I am Rena Osware. Now, on this episode, guys, we will be talking about polarity. Now, this episode will borrow a lot from the book The Way of the Superior Man by David Dada. I really encourage you guys to read that book. It's a very good book. I have covered this topic before, and I really think it's a very fundamental topic and is foundational in understanding ourselves and understanding how relationships work, especially intergender relationships. So for those who have heard this episode before or heard me talk about this before, this is just going to be adding a little more information on what we founded last time or we covered last time. So I'll just get right into it with a little recap, then get into new insights when it comes to this topic of polarity. Now, guys, polarity is basically how the masculine and feminine interact, right? There's an arc, right? Where the masculine is on one side of the pole and the feminine is on the other side of the pole. It's like a magnetic pole, as we have seen or learned in anyone who has taken a physics class in high school or wherever. So there's a masculine pole and there's a feminine pole. Now, each of us as a human being, we come with both poles. But depending, of course, on your gender and your sexuality, right? There's one pole that you will lean on and will be more abundant, right? So since this podcast is, of course, for heterosexual males, I will take it as the masculine should stay in the masculine frame, in the masculine pole, right? He should maintain a masculine polarity, right? And the feminine should maintain a feminine polarity. So guys, you must understand that you must let go of the quality you wish to see in your partner. Right? Now, this is why, guys, when you are in your feminine, for those who have not read the book, The Way of the Superior Man by David Dada, he says that the feminine is life force, is constantly changing. It's like the weather, right? Rainy one time, sunny the next moment, right? But the masculinity is consciousness. It is founded on the thing that does not change, right? Your life purpose, right? The realization that we'll all encounter an end, right? That all things will come to an end, right? So that is what really founds or what really these different poles entail. The feminine is life force, the masculine is consciousness, right? So as a masculine man, you must be willing to let go of your feminine polarity and let your woman handle it so she can give you the femininity you deserve to receive as a masculine, right? This is why, guys, that when a man is in his feminine, is always changing, is indecisive rather, right? You know, is attracted to his own radiance. These are things I will clarify later as we go along. Then the woman gets irritated because that's her job, right? When you're indecisive, when you don't know how to make a decision, right? When you don't have a direction, when you live in the moment, when you have a consumer mentality, she will be irritated. Why? Because that is her role. That is the polarity that she should be having, you know, and she should stick to. But when you are moving out of your polarity to get into hers. Now she has to take up the masculine pole, masculine frame, which she does not want to as her partner, as her sexual partner. She does not want to take up a masculine polarity, right? Because if you can't make decisions, now she has to make the tough decisions. She doesn't want to take up that role. She wants to let you lead. But since you're not in your masculine frame, right, you're taking up the feminine pole, she cannot trust your masculine. And this brings me to my second point, is that you should stick to your masculine pole to an extent that she can give up her masculine pole, right, and trust yours. The same way you give up your femininity and trust hers, right? For example, when it comes to, I'm taking from a point of when she is supposed to trust your masculine pole. She should trust that when it comes to decision making, that you will make a decision based on your deepest purpose and the best results, right? Because guys, you know that women like to live in the moment. So she expects you as the man to take a step back and see the forest and the trees and see where exactly you're supposed to go and the best path to get there, right? She just wants to enjoy the journey and live in the moment. So she should trust in your masculine frame that you will lead her to fulfilling your deepest purpose as well as hers. Because when you win, she wins. Because she only wants to be associated with winners, right? The same way you trust her femininity more than yours, right? The feminine is life force. They like to experience everything, right? That's why you don't take time in trying to look good or trying to make yourself look more radiant, trying to beautify yourself like you're a peacock. No, you let her do that. You let her take care of her own radiance. Because if she notices that you take care of your own, beauty, your own looks, you take longer getting dressed, you take longer picking out clothes, you take longer trying to make yourself look more radiant, she's wearing makeup, you're wearing your makeup, she will resent that. Why? Because now you're focusing on your own radiance instead of focusing on hers, right? She wants to feel your presence, but when your presence is only to yourself, she can't feel your masculine core. That's why we say that on dates, you are supposed to listen more than you talk. Because when you're talking too much, you're in your feminine, you're trying to express everything in the moment instead of being in the masculine and receiving her feminine, because she has a lot to give and she wants you to receive it, right? So you should trust her feminine more than yours, right? So guys, when it comes to polarity, these things, this arc is always changing, and it takes some time and practice, but you should be able to know exactly which frame you are in. Are you in your masculine frame or feminine frame? It's almost the same thing as poles, right? In this moment, when you're engaging with her, are you engaging from a point of your deepest purpose? Or are you engaging from a point of, what you're feeling in the moment, right? Because one, she wants to feel your presence. She wants to respect your masculine pole. And the more in masculine you are, the more you stay in your masculine frame, the more she will stay in her feminine frame. Right? That's why you see couples where the man tends to be more still than the lady, and the lady can be more, feels safe to express herself either which way she wants to, because she knows that her man will stay in the masculine frame. And even though she can express herself and change in her feminine, constantly changing, she knows the man will lead her and him to achieve their deepest purpose. Right? But if she does not respect his masculine frame, she will now be wearing the pants in the relationships where she has to make all the tough decisions. She has to be the one who's stilled. She has to be the one who's not erratic and always in their emotions, right? Because she has been robbed the opportunity of staying feminine. Now, she doesn't want to do that, and that's when, in a situation where she will resent the man because she has been robbed the gift of femininity that she really looks to giving to a man that she respects. So guys, these are just a few things I wanted to share with you. As far as polarity, I believe we have some new insight on this topic. I appreciate your feedback. And until next time, we shall talk soon.
Guy Code with Rena Osware.